Hey, Genderqueer Chat, it's Nicole here, and this week we're talking about what Genderqueer Chat videos have affected us the most over the years watching. I thought this was a cool topic because I have been following the channel since '08 when it started, so I kind of saw the whole progression of the channel, which has been really interesting, actually. So I picked out 3. It was really difficult. There's a lot of people on the channel I like in general, but I picked 2 specific videos that affected me, and then 1 person that really got me into the channel. The first video that I wanted to talk about was a video that Sam made, who actually I believe was the creator of the channel. And Sam made a video about gender gumbies. Now, this is maybe the first or one of the very first Genderqueer Chat videos that I ever saw. A gender gumby is something that Sam found at like a trans rally he went to or something, and or like a trans conference, and it was a spectrum ranging from, with some questions, masculine to feminine, or there were just different categories that you would rate yourself on. And there was 2 sections. There was a section, or 3 sections actually. The first section of the gender gumby was how do you perceive yourself? Like, how do you feel? Do you feel more masculine, more feminine? And certain specific questions were asked. You guys should check out the video. I'm going to link it down here. It's an awesome video. And I actually have a personal video on my channel. It's the first or second vlog I ever made. And it was my own gender gumby. And I just have to say that I just learned so much about myself and about how it made me think about how others perceive me, which I think also helped me get to know myself better and accept parts of myself. But yeah, it had the first section rated how do you feel about your gender, do you have dysphoria, etc. The second section was how do other people perceive your gender in different situations, and the third was like more about like your partner, like who do you want to be with, and so do you like flat chests, do you like breasts, etc. And it was just such an introspective and great discussion about getting to know yourself. And that, to me, being able to sort of in an intellectual way go over all these different aspects of my gender, God, it helped me figure myself out so much, and I just appreciated that video more than probably any other video in Genderqueer Chat, because it was such a self-discovering time for me. So yeah, that's amazing, and I'll put a link there, and I'll also put a link to my own gender gumby. And I would absolutely love if you guys would send me, including the people on the channel if you have time, send me your gender gumby video. Send me a video response of your gender gumby. Just go onto this link of Sam or mine and get the questions, because it's just so interesting also to see what other people, how they perceive themselves and how they think others perceive them, because it's all about perception. It's not necessarily, it's a little abstract, but I think it's really interesting. So that's number 1. The second this is a person on Genderqueer Chat that affected me a lot and got me into the channel besides Sam. Sam was probably the first few videos I saw, and then I went on to videos by Jess. And Jess was on the channel briefly, and I just loved every single one of her videos. I'm going to link to one specific video. This one didn't necessarily affect me specifically, but I just thought it was a great video and kind of, summed up how her videos are. The cool thing about Jess was that Jess was a genderqueer who worked in a very male-dominated, cisgender male-dominated field, which is construction work. And Jess definitely came off, I think, as a biological female to them, of course. So a lot of her videos were about her workplace and how difficult it was to be in that type of a male-dominated field in which there was a lot of disrespect towards women. There wasn't a lot of women in her field. But although she did identify as genderqueer, that's how others perceived her. So just really interesting, her stories. And she just had top-notch videos. They were intelligent. They were clear discussions, which I feel like I have a problem with that sometimes. With clear discussion, I feel like I get off topic. But She was just super clear. And in this particular video, she's talking about the benefits of gender, like biological gender. Like, for instance, she was born female, so there were certain opportunities given to her that maybe, would have been given to a male, such as like college scholarships, etc. And she was just talking about how she's so honest. That's something I love. And that's something that Joe does as well, which I love so much. They're just so vulnerable, and, they admit when something's wrong, but they do it anyway. I actually love that. She knows it's kind of wrong to accept these things just because she's a biological female, scholarships, etc., jobs, etc. But she admits to taking advantage of them because of the inconvenience of kind of growing up in this, cisgendered male world and not having as many opportunities being biologically female. So she's kind of torn on that. Also, working as a construction worker, she gets her own bathroom. She's usually the only, perceived female on the job. So, and she's like, well, I know that's wrong because I don't think that it should matter, but these specific, cisgendered men are so gross. They clog up the toilets and put like penis graffiti on the, it's just, she's just got a great sense of humor, and she's so honest and funny, and she just always has good things to say, and she always makes me laugh at the end of the day. And so I just enjoyed pretty much all of her videos. Okay, so the third video I wanted to talk about was a video by Peter, who was also on the channel briefly. And Peter, this particular video of Peter was about going on testosterone and his change in vocal ability. And the reason why this affected me so much is because I thought about going on testosterone briefly. I thought, is that an option that I want to explore? Because I do feel like I, am more on the masculine side of certain things. But, I'm glad I didn't. Because once I think I got to know myself a little bit better, I realized that, I'm happy being like a femme genderqueer. Like, that's comfortable for me. That's where I fit, and I'm good with that. And I don't want to transition with hormones necessarily. I don't feel like I need to have that look. I feel like I'm comfortable with, the way that I look now. Having like softer features and stuff like that. But anyway, at the time I was considering getting on T, and Peter made this video about how he is an actor and singer, and he actually put on the video comparative videos of when he was in high school as a female singing opera or Broadway, and then singing just like he was accompanying himself on the keyboard or something in another section of the video, showing that big change. And he sounded great either way, but he was talking about how hard it was to get vocal technique back, and how he sort of felt dissociated with his voice at this point, and how it was such a connected thing to him before. And being, an opera singer myself and going to school for that, I wouldn't want to risk that right now in my life because of how much it affects me right now. I'm trying, to excel in the department I'm in, and I think if I had to relearn all that technique and how to sing, you actually, when you go on T, your range is going to change. What you can do with your voice is going to change. You're going to have to learn how to sing in falsetto, which, women typically, people with female voices don't have to do that. And I just didn't want, I wouldn't want to deal with all of that. So I actually thank Peter for posting that and talking about that, because I think that it deterred me from doing something that in the end wasn't right for me. But I think it's important to think about those things when you're, genderqueer or trans. Also, I loved about this video is that I liked seeing, although he was comfortable in his female body, it seemed on stage, he was in character. It seemed like just his presence was so much different on testosterone. If you kind of compare those two videos of him in high school and then him currently at 25, I believe, it's so interesting how much more relaxed he is in general, in the newer videos. He seems just more, centered. And it's so great that he actually put himself out there and, actually played for the whole YouTube channel when he wasn't, that comfortable doing that on T. So I thought that was really cool and brave, and I really related to Peter a lot because of the music side of him. So anyway, those are my 3 videos that I picked for this week. I really respect a lot of the people on the channel right now, and they actually really affect me a lot. Specifically, I feel like Matt and I are sort of kindred in some ways. I love the way that Matt thinks, and also I really love Joe. Also, Joe's videos are incredible, clear comments, and everybody on the channel is great. And I think it's interesting to see the different ages and how everything kind of breaks down when it comes to ages and all of that. But I feel like we're all so connected on this channel because of our identities, common identities. So anyway, all right, guys. Well, if you have any questions for me, video response, the Gender Gumby. It's so cool, and you'll learn so much about yourself. So go do that. I'll leave links, and I will see you guys next week.